In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to automate YouTube uploads using n8n. By the end, you'll have a clear schedule in place that triggers your workflow at the exact time you want, forming the backbone of a dependable upload automation. First, open n8n in your browser by heading to n8n.io and accessing your workspace. Start a new blank workflow so you're working from a clean slate. On the canvas, look for the prompt to add your first building block and click Add a First Step. This opens the node selector and gets you ready to define what this workflow will do. In the node search bar, type YouTube and click the YouTube node. This is the component that will ultimately handle your upload actions. Even though we're focusing on scheduling in this walkthrough, placing the YouTube node now makes it easy to connect the pieces later and keep your workflow organized from the start. Next, choose how this workflow should be triggered. Select the option to run it on a schedule. This tells n8n to execute your workflow automatically without manual involvement, which is essential for hands-off publishing. Now, define how often it should run by selecting the trigger interval. This setting controls the cadence, whether it runs every day, every few days, or at another interval that fits your upload plan. Pick the interval that matches your content rhythm, keeping in mind that predictable timing can improve consistency and audience expectations. Set the days between triggers to specify the gap between runs. For example, entering 1 means it will run daily. A higher number spreads out executions. Choose a value that aligns with how frequently you want your uploads to go live. Then choose trigger hour to define the hour of the day the workflow should fire. Be mindful of your account's time zone and whether the interface uses a 24-hour clock, so the trigger lines up with your intended publishing time. Fine-tune the exact start time by entering trigger at minute. This helps you release at precise times, which is useful for maintaining a consistent publishing window. When your schedule looks right, click Test this trigger. This runs a quick check so you can confirm that the workflow initializes as expected and the timing logic is valid. You should see a successful test execution, which indicates your schedule is wired correctly and ready to drive your automation. That's it. You've set up a scheduled trigger and anchored your workflow with the YouTube node, laying the groundwork for automated uploads at the exact cadence and time you choose.